everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru. It's been a busy day with podcasts. I've had guests from all over the world. But now I've got a guest from a very interesting place from South America. And funny enough, as big as the world is, over 200 podcasts, this is my first guest from South America. So I'm quite excited. She's got a great story to tell. Her name is, I won't pronounce it well, but she will later. She's had it more longer than what I have. Her name is Marlène Gravenberch. And Marlène is the founder, excuse me, got a bad throat. You're right on podcast time. Owner of the Leadership Refocused. And the company name, of course, is Leadership Refocused. The industry is coaching and business mentoring and management consulting. Years in the industry, 30 years. So guys, if you've done something for 30 years, you get very, very good at it. So this lady's here to help you. Why not reach out, have a virtual cup of coffee costs you nothing, guys, over the net these days. Reach out, have a cup of coffee, have a chat, and see what she can do to help you. You might be surprised, right? Yeah. If you do nothing, I can guarantee you'll get nothing. Take action, guys. Action gets traction. Brief description of her business. Here we go. Key achievements: founding Leadership Refocused, writing my first solo book, Re-Embrace You. That's pretty awesome. Wrote a chapter in an anthology about my journey to forgiveness. Anthology is called The Voices of 100 Women, Volume 1. That'd be a pretty interesting bloody book, right? Personal motto or philosophy: if the day wasn't your friend, it was your teacher. Think about that one, guys. Very, very clever. Very, very. I love this podcast, guys. I learned so much. That's very clever. An interesting fact. Here we go. She comes from a family of 14 brothers and sisters. She'll tell you more about that later. Imagine that at Christmas time, guys, around the Christmas tree. All those presents you're going to get. Pretty amazing. And look at dinner time, you know. Who gets the last leg of chicken? Anyway, it's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage Marlène. How are you, Marlène?
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Jeff. I'm so honored to be to have these 15 minutes with you. Thank you so much. I'm doing great.
It's a pleasure. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you and how did you get started?
Well, to make it short, because it's a very long story, you know, my journey started, in fact, when I wanted to become a teacher.
Yes.
It was my dream since I was a little girl, but my father had other plans and he said, no, you have to become a doctor. Okay. Right. But along the way, my path changed. I got pregnant, so I didn't finish school to go to the medical school. And this was my chance to go to the teacher college. Right. And that's where my journey began. Yeah. I in the end, I ended up as a teacher. Yes. And that was my passion. And that's still my passion. And it was then teaching, but I call it now empowering. Because when I look back, the common thread was, it started with empowering little people, but now I'm working with adults. So that's where this journey began.
I love it. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you overcome that?
In the beginning, it was to train to listen, because naturally I'm an empath, and as an empath, you want to help everyone.
Yes.
And I had to learn to listen very carefully.
Correct.
Before offering the help.
That's right.
Because if you don't listen carefully, you will miss things, and that was something, because I am someone jumping to help everyone, but in this trajectory, I had to learn to listen, and by listening, learning more, and listening behind the words. That's something that I had to learn, and
that's a skill set. That is, because that's why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. To listen more than we talk, correct?
Yeah, true.
Right. Tell us an important moment in your career that pretty much changed your direction. I guess getting pregnant was part of it.
Yeah, you know, one moment that made me decide to go full-time as a coach, because it was part-time because of my work. It was integrated in my work, but now as a full-timer coaching, was the terminal stage of our youngest brother, who passed away 2 years ago. And he lived in French Guyana, and I had to travel up and down. And even though I was there, I had to work. So I was
Yes.
in the hospital visiting him 2 times a day, and then go back and working. And we and here in Suriname we don't believe in burnout, but later when I looked back, I was like, I think I was at the edge of a burnout, and that made me stand still for a moment, reflect on life, because my youngest brother was only 37.
Wow. Too young.
Reflect on life, and I was like, this is not what I wanted. That was my turning point.
Yes.
The sick, the grave illness, the terminal stage, and of my youngest brother.
Certainly a turning point. In your opinion, what are the key qualities and skills that have contributed to your success, apart from the fact you learned to listen early in life, and you certainly got it with 14 people? You must have a lot of determination, no doubt.
Determination is one of them. Being an empath,
Yes.
and being an empath, but also being patient and trust the process. In the beginning, I was like,
Important. Trust the
I had to
process.
do, yeah, I had to do this, I had to do this, I had to do, but when I looked at everything, I experienced that the more I fought, the more it looked like I was going backwards.
Yes.
And that's the moment I learned to reflect and say, okay, I have to trust the process, especially if you have faith. You
That's
have
right.
to trust the process.
Yeah, and test and measure. It's part of it. It's test and measure, isn't it, as well? Test and
Yeah,
measure. You have a
yeah,
process, but keep improving that process as well.
exactly, and see what works
Yes.
and what doesn't. Yeah, that was the hardest part.
Your next secret, how do you stay motivated as you do and continue to innovate in your field? What's your secret there?
My clients,
Yeah,
when
true.
when I start with a client, I don't know yet, after the intake interview, how things will work out.
Correct.
And then, because I have to learn to know and understand this person,
And work
but
together.
a
That's
lot,
important, right?
exactly. And when most of the time within 4 weeks, when I see the progress, and they themselves see the progress because they see the
Start to
difference.
buy in a bit
Well,
more, yeah? Which
oh
is
my gosh, I always get
right trouble,
goosebumps.
right?
I always get goosebumps, and now I have goosebumps. Back
Yes,
then,
I get
they
it.
are
Yeah,
the,
the
yeah,
light goes
yeah,
on. They realise, yeah. I
yeah.
tell them, listen, my friend, I can't do the work for you. You've got to do the
Mhm.
work. All I can do is give you the direction.
Exactly, and that's why I don't use the word learn and help.
Yeah,
I
correct.
use the word guide
Yeah, that's right.
and
Perfect.
empower. Those are
That's
the words I'm
lovely.
using.
I love that. They're great words. Tell us a recent project or achievement you're particularly proud of.
My book,
And always you would
because
be.
my book, because it started now 5 years ago,
Mm,
when I started to write in 2013, but just thoughts and things that were happening. But in 5 years ago, I had something like, I want to share my experience, but also the coaching experience, the stories of my clients,
yes.
and what I observed during those years, that um, knowing who you are, and knowing what your core values are so
Yes.
important to
Uh-huh.
set healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
And from setting healthy boundaries, communicating them, you can build authentic relationship, because everybody knows who you are, what you stand for, and they will respect it. So the book was really my one
Yeah.
of my
I
accomplishments.
appreciate that. That's your passion. And it's great. I always believe everyone's got a book in them. It's because everyone's got
True.
a story about life, right?
Yes.
There's no easy
Yes.
journey. There's no easy journey.
No.
You know, you have to have rain to see the rainbow, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what it comes down to. What advice would you give someone aspiring to follow in your footsteps?
Oh, courage, because you will not know it all,
Yes.
and you will figure it out along the way, because
That's right.
you can have this whole picture, but everything that comes on your path, you cannot foresee it, and being flexible in those moments and don't give up.
Yeah, there is a saying, God laughs at people that make plans. But things change, guys.
Exactly.
Like me, I fell off a stool the other day and broke my shoulder. So things changed in a moment, right?
Yeah, true. And yeah, and believing that everything that happens at that moment, even if it's a setback, there
Correct.
is something greater. There is something
That's
more
it.
beautiful.
You just soldier on, what doesn't kill you is okay, right? Tell me, looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future, Marlène?
So one of my goals for the future is
Yes.
To expand my business. Now I'm operating locally,
Yes.
and I want to operate online also. My online
Globally.
presence.
Yeah.
My online presence. That's my next step for now.
Awesome. Yeah, a nice goal to have. And I'm sure you'll get there. You're obviously a very determined person. I mean, to grow up in a family of 14, you've got to be determined. You've got to be at the front of the queue if you want to get a piece of chicken.
Yes, true.
You learn not to be last.
Yeah, true.
Right.
And it has advantages to be the eldest. So
Yeah, fantastic. Tell our listeners, what's the best way to reach out and get in touch with you and learn about your amazing book and your services? What's the best way?
the best way is through my website, but also through my socials. But my website, on my website, you can email me, but you can. There's also a phone number to WhatsApp me. You can go into my calendar and make an appointment. So those through my website, I think it's the best. But also on my Facebook, my socials, especially my Facebook socials, Leadership Refocused and Marlène Gravenberg. There you have also the link to make an appointment, or you can send me a direct message.
What I'm going to do, I'll be putting this wonderful interview all across social media. It'll be on Quora, Snapchat, Reddit, LinkedIn, all the Facebook, our own personal Facebook group with 6,000 entrepreneurs, and of course YouTube with all of Marlene's links. And you'll be able to reach out, have a chat to this wonderful lady. And, she'll tell you all about life. I mean, she's a lovely lady. And have a cup of coffee. Costs you nothing to have a cup of coffee, guys, and learn a little bit more. Now, we're about to wrap it up, Marlène. Tell us a fun fact, apart from the fact you come from a family of 14. That's a pretty fun fact. What other fun fact haven't told us? Tell us a fun fact that most people don't know.
One fun fact is, I think it's a fun fact, but also a serious fact is that I'm a conservation enthusiast, and Suriname has, till this moment, 93% of our forest, pristine forest.
Wow.
And I want to keep it this way. This is something I want to have for my children, my grandchildren, and my great-grandchildren. And we are fighting right now to keep this pristine forest. So you will see also on my socials postings of fighting for our forests, for our pristine forests.
As you should. Those things belong to the people. The government's got no rights whatsoever.
Exactly.
Nature belongs to nature. It all belongs to people and to God. Simple as that, isn't it?
Yeah, as simple as that. And another fun fact is I like to challenge myself in doing something challenging but fun, like parasailing. I did my parasailing. Wow. Yeah. So I like to tell you. Yeah.
I broke my shoulder falling off a stool when I was up trying to fix up an air conditioner. So I didn't go skydiving or anything wonderful like that, but I intend to. Funny enough, I booked a trip to go jet skiing, zip lining, and one other thing. I forget what the other thing was. 3 things. And because I broke my shoulder 1 week before, I still went, but I couldn't do any of them. Don't worry, I'm going back. Never give up. My shoulder will be like this for probably close to 12 months. And in 12 months to the day, I'll be back there doing all the things I promised myself I'd do.
That's the spirit. Yes, that's the spirit.
Absolutely. It's more fun. We're not here just to work. We're here to enjoy life.
Yeah, true.
Marlène, you've been an awesome guest. Thank you for being on the show today. I really much appreciate it, as will our guests.
Thank you. It was my honor to be on your podcast when I saw this opportunity. Thank you so much, and for this pleasant pleasant talk. It didn't feel like something, like an interview. It was just a pleasant talk.
Yeah, we try to make it easy. See ya.